What is up, YouTube? It's been a long time since I've done this before. I mean, not since I've done this before, but since I've done this in general. If my mic is loud, I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a live commentary. As y'all know, my whole series been live commentated, but I was trying to use this new program that I got that's supposed to live commentate while I record at the same time. So obviously it didn't work since you see me doing this. So from this episode on, I'll be going back to the old way. So I have to try to figure out what I'm going to talk about for the next 20 minutes. But since the last time I did one of these videos, what is November 2013? It's been a long time since I put a fight night video up. And it's been a lot that's going on since November 2013. Adrian Broner got beat down by Marcos Maidana. Speaking of Marcos Maidana, he gave Floyd a little spirit to fight. I thought it was easy to score. I had it like 8-4, 9-3 for Floyd. It was an easy fight to score. It was competitive, but it was easy. Floyd clearly won. Cleaner shots. Maidana wasn't effectively aggressive. He was fouling a lot. He was illegally aggressive. If I was Floyd, I wouldn't rematch him because that's not what boxing. If you want to do that kind of shit, go do something. Go fight somewhere else because that's not what boxing is about. But what else is going on in the world of boxing? Too many bad pay-per-views. It's been going on in 2014. Canelo Angulo, that is no way that's a pay-per-view fight. Floyd Maidana, on paper, that shouldn't have been a pay-per-view fight. Now it turned into an actual pay-per-view worthy type of fight because it was a good fight. But what else? Pacquiao Bradley was pretty bad. Bradley, I don't know what he was doing the first 5 rounds of the fight. He was fighting like he was supposed to. Was clearly winning, and he went to start throwing haymakers for whatever reason. Got a little controversial with Danny Garcia. You know, a lot of people thought he lost that fight. I thought he lost the fight. I thought it was close, but he lost on my card. It happens in boxing, you know. And Herrera was going to have to do something incredibly special in order to beat him. But, you know, it's been a lot of good happened last year in boxing. Boxing 2013, honestly, was my that probably was the best boxing year that I've been watching. I've been really, really closely following the sport for at least 20 years. I'm 30 years old, so probably can't count 20 because when you a kid, you love the sport. I've been loving it since I was a young kid, like 4 or 5 years old. But till you get older and actually know what's going on, you probably can't follow it too close. So I say at least for the last 15 years, I've been an avid follower of boxing, and it was the best boxing year since I've been, you know, analyzing the sport. And before I get too far in this commentary, I don't know what I was thinking. I just want to say thank you, man. Oh my God. I looked at my YouTube channel. I have like 300,000 views all together. Some of my videos have like 25, 30,000 views a piece. My last video I put up has about 2,000 views. Dude, I only have like 600 subscribers. So the support, y'all been passing word on about my channel, man, and it's amazing. And you know what's crazy to me? I'm just a dude that loves boxing, that's all. I'm just a guy who loves the sport of boxing, and I decided to put up Let's Play of Fight Night Round 3 up, and just to talk about it because I want to talk about the sport that I love with a passion. And I had never thought that I would get the following that I've gotten from this playthrough, and it's crazy, and it's all thanks to y'all, man. It's absolutely crazy. It kind of make me wish that I would have got this channel partner when I got my other channel partner. I really honestly didn't think that it would be a success. I was just like, I'm gonna do it anyway because it would be fun, and lo and behold, got this many views on it. That's crazy to me, and it's all thanks to y'all, man. I just want to thank you for the support. I get subscribers like every other day. I get an email saying somebody has just subscribed to your channel, and you know, that's that's pretty awesome. And hopefully I'll be able to pick back up the upload schedule. But I work a lot, man. I work in North Dakota, 2 weeks at a time. I get a week off. I'm on my off week now, obviously, or I wouldn't be putting this video up. So I work a lot, and I don't have much time to do this kind of stuff anymore, but when I come home, I'll try to record an episode or two and go from there. And yesterday I actually bought Fight Night Champion. I finally found a copy around here, so be looking forward to that in the future. I won't say near future, but in the future, because I've never played that game, even though I heard it was good. I read the back of it. Legacy mode seems awesome. You get to build a dude up, already created boxer, and you get to bring him from prison to glory, and you can create your own boxer and go through a career mode. I don't know how good the career mode is on here. Hopefully you don't lose statistics like you do on this one. You see, I've changed going to the commentary, I've changed my style up because this is a hard hits fight. I hate hard hits because if your dude doesn't have high stamina, then you can easily lose one of these fights when you get tired. So you see, I'm going to that jab, baby. And one dude in the commentary said, finally somebody that posts some Fight Night that uses the jab. The jab is the best punch in boxing. It sets up everything. It's a table setter. You don't do much without the jab. I mean, unless you have extraordinary speed like Roy Jones or somebody like that. You can work without a jab, but most Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't jab much. But you know, he got great quickness. And it's crazy to me getting to Floyd. Floyd is 37, 38 years old. People talk. This is not the best Floyd Mayweather. This is not the most athletic Floyd Mayweather. People think his legs are gone. I honestly don't think his legs are gone. Look, maybe his legs are gone. You know, I don't know. The Maidana fight, I don't know if he just felt like he didn't have to worry about it. Honestly, what I think he wanted to do, he wanted to show Marcos Maidana that he had no chance at beating him. He was going to give him the best opportunity to beat him, which was to stand right in front of him. Because if you have any kind of movement on Marcos Maidana, you'll outclass him. Emil Khan outclassed him. Devin Alexander beat him worse than Floyd did. Devin Alexander completely outclassed him. Everybody's like, oh, he's improved so much under Robert Garcia. He hasn't improved that much. Just because he beat up Adrian Broner doesn't mean he improved that much. Adrian Broner's footwork is pathetic. And after the Gavin Reese fight, I knew that I told a lot of people that he would eventually lose if he kept being lazy in the ring. And it came to fruition. He lost because he didn't want to move. He was being lazy. You know, so and he'll lose again. You know, he should have stopped Carlos Molina in 3 or 4 rounds. Molina can't fight, ordinary fighter, and he went the distance with him. Honestly, in my opinion, he way above where he should be. He should be at 140, no higher than 140. I honestly think he should be at 135. He a blown up lightweight. He is truly a blown up lightweight, just like Floyd. Floyd is blown up lightweight. He just been fighting at welter for 10 years, so his body has kind of grew into it. But Floyd walked around at 148 pounds. You know, so he's a natural welterweight, and he's fighting against dudes that walk around at 165, 170. And that's another thing in boxing that people would actually do better. They'll be stronger if they actually fall in their correct weight divisions. You know, and say, oh, he looks weak. They were talking about Miguel Cotto versus Sergio Martinez, another fight that shocked me. First of all, before this, Sergio Martinez is a better fighter than Miguel Cotto in their prime. Prime versus prime, Sergio is a better fighter than Miguel Cotto. Sergio is done. His legs are done. So his legs are gone. So he can't fight. And when your legs gone in boxing, it's over. He couldn't move. He couldn't pivot. He had no defense. It's amazing that he made it out of the first round. Shout outs to Miguel. Miguel is the lineal middleweight champion. He is the man who beat the man. You know, he's the true middleweight champion of the world. So, yeah, big shout outs to him. But that wasn't Maravilla. That was old Sergio. That's what that was. Hopefully he retires. Hate to see him go out like that. Maybe he can get a fight the way he can go out as a winner and then just retire against somebody that's not as good as Miguel. Because Miguel's a good fighter. That's usually, but when Miguel steps up, he loses. You know, when he steps up in class, he loses. The only time he's won when he stepped up in class was he fought an old Shane Mosley. But usually when he steps up, he lost to Pacquiao, lost to Floyd, lost to Margarito, which Margarito was dirty. We all know he was a dirty fighter. And he lost to, who else he lose to? I forget. But he lost to Floyd, Margarito, Pacquiao, and Austin Trout. Austin Trout probably beat him worse than everybody, which is it's amazing to me because Austin, he beat Miguel with ease. He beat Miguel easier than Floyd beat him. You know, I thought Floyd won 8 or 9 rounds versus Miguel, but it was a fight like Maidana Mayweather. It was close, competitive. You know, the rounds were competitive. I thought Floyd clearly won because he was more effective, but it was competitive stuff that was going on. But Austin just bullied him because he was so much bigger than him. Miguel, I think he fought against Antonio Margarito. I think he only weighed like 153. And getting back to what I was saying, they said he ate all training camp. You know, some days and when you're trying to make weight at 147, he couldn't even eat. But you got to remember when Miguel was fighting at 140, he was walking around at 160. He even coming to matches at 160 pounds. I call it weight doping. It shouldn't even be allowed for somebody to be able to gain 20 pounds overnight. I think it's ridiculous, but they do it. I think it should be same day weightings. That way, people like Canelo Alvarez will have to fight at super middleweight. He walks around at about 170 pounds. He'll have to fight at super middle. You have Floyd fighting at welter. You have people fighting at their correct weight divisions. You wouldn't have light heavyweights fighting at junior middleweight. You wouldn't have middleweights fighting at junior welterweight. You know, stuff like that. You actually have people fighting in their correct divisions. But I understand why they give them 24 hours to recoup. And I think boxing would be better if they actually made people fight in their correct divisions. But there's been some interesting stuff going on this year. Boxing really hasn't been that explosive this year yet. I mean, we have some good cards coming up. We have Lara Canelo. That should be a good one. I think Lara wins. It depends if how Canelo fights. Could he make it interesting? But I think if Canelo try to fight him like he fought Floyd, he'll lose, and he'll lose bad. And he dealing with somebody that punches harder than Floyd because he's naturally bigger. So he might eventually could get stopped. But Lara Canelo would be good. Golovkin finally gonna fight a champion. You talking about a fraud? The biggest fraud in boxing is Gennady Golovkin, 32-year-old prospect. I follow a dude on Instagram called Blacklisted Box. He's had a whole lot of different pages, but he exposes like the fraudulence in boxing, and a lot of this stuff I agree with. Some of it I laugh at, which it's still true, but it's funny how he puts it. He hates the racism in boxing. That's most of what he talks about. But and what he said is true. If Golovkin was a black fighter, he would be mocked and ridiculed for the class opponents he's fought. But since he's white, he's not necessarily he's white. He's Asian, but he's white skinned. He gets away with it. He's knocking out bomb after bomb after bomb, and he's getting away with it. So everybody, oh, he's great power, great fighter, great. Somebody had the nerve to say that he would beat Ray Robinson. You know, you can't take people serious when they say Gennady Golovkin could beat Ray Robinson. Let me tell you about Ray Robinson. Ray Robinson is the best fighter that's ever lived, pound for pound. In his prime, he was 128-1. Tell you that. Let me say that again. 128-1. Because they had to fight a lot to make money back then. And he fought a lot and he won all of them except for one. I'm talking about they fight concussed, they fight hurt, hands be broke, and they still had to fight because you had to feed your kids, you know. But Ray Robinson did it. And he did it better than anybody. I think he ended his career, he was 178-19. I said, boy, that Ray Robinson must be a bad fighter. He lost 19 times. That's the kind of stupidity that goes on into boxing today. It's like a fighter lose once or twice and they immediately, their career is over with. No, people lose. It happens. When Abner Maris, that doesn't mean Johnny Gonzalez is a better fighter than Abner Maris. Abner Maris got caught with an awesome left hook. It happens. First round. You get caught with punches. Chad Dawson got caught with an awesome left hand from Adonis Stevenson. That doesn't mean Adonis Stevenson is a better fighter than him, but he's kind of been out of the loop. You know, he took a beating from Andre Ward for one, and then he fought Adonis Stevenson right after that. Chad would fight anybody. That's what I liked about him. He didn't care. He'd fight you. He'd fight anybody. So, and going back to what I was talking about Golovkin, it's a complete shame that Golovkin won Fighter of the Year last year when Adonis Stevenson beat Tavares Cloud, Chad Dawson, that dude from England, which is a good fighter. He beat 4 good quality opponents last year. Good quality fighters last year. And he didn't get Fighter of the Year. Not only beat him, he knocked all of them out. So he should have been Fighter of the Year. He won the Lineal Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Adonis Stevenson did. He beat the man who beat the man. That's what I said. Everybody told me, Manny Pacquiao is a world 8 division world champion. Bullshit. Manny Pacquiao is I think he has 3 lineal titles, 3 or 4 lineal belts. Right now, I'm not sure. In a lineal belt, it happens, and a lot of people may not know it. If you don't know what a lineal title is, it's the man who beats the man, or if the man retires and you rank number 1, you fight the number 2 contender, and you get the championship. So I I gotta answer this phone in a minute. It's commentary almost over, but you get the championship. You know, you are the lineal champion. So that's what it is. It's the lineage. So that's why Vladimir Klitschko is the lineal heavyweight champion. Adonis Stevenson is the lineal light heavyweight champion. Andre Ward is the lineal super middleweight champion, and now Miguel Cotto is the lineal middleweight champion. Floyd Mayweather is the lineal 154 champion and the lineal 147 champion. He has 2 lineal titles right now. Danny Garcia is the lineal 140. I don't know who the lineal 135 is or 130. I hadn't really been paying attention below 140. It's my bad. You know, I usually do, but working as much as I do now, I hadn't been paying attention lately as to who has the titles in all the divisions. I used to know all the lineal champions when I was actually had time to sit down and watch everything, but I know those are the lineal titles. Floyd was the 130, 135, 147, and 154. He might have been the 140 lineal champion. I don't know. When he fought Ricky, I think when he beat Ricky Haddon, he beat Ricky for the lineal 140 title. I'm not sure though. Ricky might have been at 147 by then, because Ricky lost to Luis Collazo. They gave Ricky that fight. He lost to Luis Collazo. Then he got stopped by by Floyd. That's another thing that Blacklisted Boxing was talking about. Manny Pacquiao always fights the loser, which is true. I've been saying it for a long time. You look at his resume. Look at who he fought. He fought Floyd Mayweather. Every common opponent. Every common opponent Floyd and Manny has. Floyd has fought the better version. He fought the better version. Shane Mosley, Miguel Cotto, Ricky Haddon. Who else did they fought in common? I can't remember. I can't think of who else. Every common opponent I know that Floyd has fought the better version. He's fought the better version, and Manny has fought the loser. His best win, Manny Pacquiao's best win by far is against Marco Antonio Barrera. And don't get me wrong, that's an amazing win. When you beat a fighter like Barrera and he beat him, he wiped him out. That's an amazing accomplishment. But Eric Morales, those wins are overrated. The Ricky Haddon win was overrated. All those wins overrated. Oscar's the other common opponent. That was way better De La Hoya that Floyd fought than Oscar De La Hoya, than Manny fought. But Manny seems to get the most credit. You know, a lot of people think it's race. I don't know if it's race induced. It probably is. A lot of things in this country are fucking race induced, but I know who the better fighter is. The people, boxing insiders know who the better fighter is. Juan Manuel Marquez is another common opponent. We saw what Floyd did to Juan Manuel, and Juan Manuel, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Floyd just completely outclassed him, and we saw we see the struggles that Manny has with Juan Manuel every time they fought. In my opinion, he hasn't beaten Marquez yet. The second fight was close. The first one and the third one were complete easy fights to score for me. After the first round, Manny Pacquiao won one round of that first fight. In the third fight, Manny lost that fight clearly. 9-3, 10-2. It was a wipeout. It was a masterclass by Marquez. Completely outclassed him. But in the fourth fight, Marquez took it into his own and knocked him out. You know, and here's a fifth fight looming. I hope not. The series is over. I think Marquez is the better. I think Marquez is the better fighter. But it may be a fifth fight for all the Marvels. They might build it up because both of them have a huge fan base. One of them, Marquez, has a tremendous fan base, man. But as y'all can see, we're coming to the end of this video, doing some training. I had to do a live commentary on this thing. You know, I had to do a little ad lib, but you know, it wasn't too bad. I could talk about boxing for a long time, man. But anyway, y'all don't need to hear me talk about the train. I'm sorry I didn't commentate much on the match like I normally do, but I just wanted to talk about boxing a little bit since I didn't have the live commentary. The next episode will definitely have a live commentary back, and I hope y'all enjoyed my post game commentary, so to speak, and appreciate all the support y'all giving me for my channel, man. Hopefully I get to 1 million views soon. That'll be pretty damn crazy. Anyway, man, I'll get at y'all in the next episode. I'm out of here.